today, as we talk about what men need to know about women, women don't even know what men need to know about women.
Let's smell it.
We can measure. We're measuring the level of testosterone in a man. Oh, he's alive, y'all.
That was Alison Armstrong, backed by popular demand, a renowned author, educator, and philosopher. Her groundbreaking book, The Queen's Code, will blow your mind.
We're not sorting by importance. We're sorting by loud.
Why do women make their feelings the center of everything? We don't. They're already the center of everything. Men, single focus, stainless steel mixing bowl. Women, no, we're the strainer. You put something in it, runs out the bottom. This is why every day you could interrupt her to tell her how beautiful she is. Every single day you could tell her that, and she wouldn't get tired of it.
The thing about not feeling like roommates, just hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds longer. Like kiss.
Allison reveals the often surprising reasons behind why men and women act and think the way that they do. And this time, I brought my husband, Andrew, with us.
What can men do to ask the question in a better way or so that you get a better response?
Are you talking about sex?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's such a good question.
You just made me think of so many more things that men need to know about women.
All right, what's one of the things you just thought?
Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Ellen Fisher Podcast. Before I start this episode, I have to preface something for you guys that's very sad news to share. I'm just super sad to have to share this. But this episode was the most impactful, powerful episode that we recorded for the whole season. So this is why it makes me so sad to share that the audio was corrupted in this episode. And it's not up to my standards. And I'm so sorry in advance. My producer and I did everything we could to save it. If there's one episode that I would want you to listen to of my entire podcast, I'm telling you truthfully, it's this one. You and your husband. I hope you tune into it because it is definitely worth a listen. Allison, thank you so much for coming on my podcast again. The first episode we did together has been a sensation since it's come online. I still get messages about it. I have even had someone whom I don't know message and text this episode we did to someone else, not knowing that that person knew me, and said, "You gotta listen to this episode." And she goes, "That's my friend." So it's made its rounds. It's impacted a lot of women, triggered some women.
I read a lot of the comments. I just so wanted to respond.
It's hard because you want to, but then you have to reflect and go, do I have time for this? Am I going to make space for this? Is that the energy I want to spend my energy on?
Mine was actually just if I could pin it. Because what I wanted to respond to was the thing that kept me up. Like, well, when are they going to learn about us? And why do we have to do all the work? And no. That was the one I wanted to respond. Like, and my daughter, who does our YouTube, she was like, "No, Mom, you can only pin on your channel."
You could have asked me to pin it because that was the one I kept seeing too. And you're right. If you had, because it's an expenditure thing. When I say am I going to make the energy for this with the knowing that one person will read it versus the energy to put into it, knowing maybe lots of people will read it and this will be helpful. So next time, let's do that. Or we could even go back to that one and do it and I'll pin it.
Yeah. What we plan to talk about today, I think, is the response to what about their part?
Yes. And for those who don't know, the first episode was about what women need to know about men, how to stop being frustrated with men. And it's empowering information in my mind. I think there's two ways to look at it. You can look at it with a victim mindset or a victor mindset. And to me, it's empowering, and I have a victor mindset about it, that I can do something about this.
What's important is it's not ours to do everything about this. I mean, that's what I focus on is, so what's my contract, right? And so I talk to men about their parts. I talk to women about their parts. I talk to both about what's everybody's part, because there's a whole lot of human that happens before male and female shows up, and that missed it. But there's more, like, we want it to be all someone's job, and we can't do the other person's part, and we can't make them do the other person's part. And it's lovely. I mean, I have as many men frustrated that their wives won't participate in our curriculum as I have women who are frustrated with that their men just.
That's interesting. What do you think is the missing component there?
Women are afraid they're going to find out it's on their fault. And if they're not ready to find out what part is theirs to do something about, then they just push the focus away. And And for men, and it's so great that you're here, Andrew, because I was like, wow, we're going to have a couples understanding women workshop.
Yes, thank you for being here, which I didn't say at the beginning, but we have Andrew on the podcast this time helping me interview someone else. And we both felt, or we all felt, but especially we both felt it would be really valuable to have Andrew's input and perspective on this topic of what men need to know about women.
Yeah, and even your questions about women. Yeah. But to finish what I was saying, men tend to sort differently than women do. And there's at least two components. One is trusted source. Is this a trusted source? I don't know that person. Right? And connectors keep trying to meet somebody. Oh, you should know this person, and you should know this person, and you should know this person. And if the person who's saying that isn't a trusted source, everyone they recommend is, why are you even talking to me? Right? So trusted source matters. And then there's the worth it calculation. Like, how much effort would that take? How much time would that take? What would I not be doing with that time and energy? So it has to be a lot of proof ahead of time. And then one of my favorites when I started to teach men about men was, what does a woman have to tell me about being a mate? 4 minutes into the Being Extraordinary as a Man course. Yeah.
But that resonates. That's true.
Yeah, I do that for that reason.
Almost like you're putting something into words that they already felt, but maybe hadn't put into words yet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or they think, well, it's because I am a firstborn and I'm from this background and this ethnicity and this upbringing. I had this trauma. And that's why it's so frustrating when men are paying attention. No, honey. That's not why.
I definitely see that burden of proof thing in our marriage when I will do, babe, we should listen to this. Well, why should we listen to her? That's definitely a thing for us.
Yeah.
Well, I do say that I view you as a trusted source. I do. It's worth my time. I've done my research. seems like a valuable use of my time. And the episode you did with Ellen was one of my favorite ones to listen to. And it's really improved our marriage a lot. And I didn't have to do anything yet. So I was like, well, maybe there's some things I could do better too.
Well, thank you for saying so. And another thing that men taught me is that you vote with your feet. Your feet are here. It already survived the worth it calculation, right? Besides just that it would make your adorable wife happy.
Well, for anyone who is listening and hasn't maybe seen the first episode and doesn't know who you are and what is it that you do? Why are you here?
Oh, well, it's been 34.5 years since I started studying them, thinking it would take 2 or 3 months to learn everything that was worth knowing about them. And it's evolved into, I think the right word is philosophy. I looked it up. Somebody proposes theories about human behavior. Yeah, that's what I do. And I'm passionate about, I would say there's 2 things and they go together. You can't have them without the other. I'm passionate about people honoring themselves. So anything that helps us to see ourselves, know ourselves, and even if we don't quite understand it, but we know it's true, that we could take an appropriate action. Like there are things like the Understanding Women course in our curriculum. What I want to eliminate out of that is that women don't let themselves be criticized by people, especially how much they criticize themselves, because they don't understand why they do what they do, which I think is what's going to show up today as we talk about what men need to know about women. But women don't even know what men need to know about women. And so anything that helps us to be more honoring of ourselves, because in the betrayal of ourselves is, I think, the roots of all the ugly that comes after. Mm-hmm. And then partnership is being on the same team. And when I was talking to men about why they chose their wives, always would be a component of she has my house, or you've been through so much already. I know I can get through anything, and so much we're against each other, and it's not accidental. We literally have opposing instincts, so it's no wonder we bring out interest when you talk.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway of what I've learned from you so far that has impacted our relationship massively is that, we've been together for 22 years. We've been together a long time. But, through the immaturity of our teenage years and early marriage years and what it is today, the biggest takeaway, I think, is honoring our differences rather than trying to make the other like you, and realizing that we both have good reasons for why we do what we do. Like, that is incredible. And to be more reflective in why the other person is doing something rather than reactive in trying to get them to change. Well, they're doing it wrong. They should do it this way, instead of realizing, wait a second, why is he doing it that way? There must be a good reason for it. Well, Andrew, do you want to kick it off? Today's episode is brought to you by Indigo Luna, my favorite small family-run brand that's based between Australia and Bali, creating eco-conscious yoga and lifestyle clothing. What I love about Indigo Luna is that their pieces feel like a gentle embrace, soft, breathable, and intentionally designed to support women in every season of life. They hold and hug your curves just right, making you feel both comfortable and confident. As you can see, I'm wearing right now an entire outfit by Indigo Luna. Their collections are released slowly and mindfully in small runs, and yes, they actually plan to sell out. Each garment is cut, sewn, and dyed by loving human hands, with everyone paid above a living wage. It's fashion made the way it should be, ethical, timeless, and kind to the earth. They use natural and recycled fibers like buttery soft Lansing viscose, organic cotton, and bamboo viscose that's naturally antibacterial and perfect for daily wear. My go-to favorite pieces that I reach for every day are Indigo Luna. Whether I'm supporting my body through movement, running errands, or just resting at home, it's always soft, versatile, and deeply comfortable. Discover the beauty of slow, conscious fashion at Indigo Luna and use my link in the show notes to get 10% off your order. From rising in the morning, stepping onto the yoga mat, running errands, connecting with loved ones, or simply resting, Indigo Luna holds you gently and reminds you to move slowly, live intentionally, and wear your values.
I used to think the blue blocker industry was kind of a gimmick because I ordered blue blocker glasses on Amazon and felt no difference in my life whatsoever. When I put on my first Raw Optics pair of glasses, I felt an immediate nervous system difference in my experience on the screens. I used to get really tired eyes from working on my screens a lot, editing my videos, and sometimes I had to work at night from work deadlines with my YouTube videos, and my eyes would get so tired, and then my nervous system just felt so off because we need sunlight during the day and we need it to be really dark at night. So if our eyes are just staring at this bright screen late at night, it makes complete sense why we wouldn't be able to fall asleep easily at night. Then I started using their sunset glasses, and I felt an immediate difference. I could fall right to sleep afterwards at night because it literally blocks all the blue. There's absolutely no blue coming in, and my eyes are no longer tired when I'm working on a screen. Even for your children, if they're in fluorescent lighting, if they're on screens, I am a Raw Optics fan for life now because I have seen such an incredible difference for my nervous system, for my eyes no longer being tired, protecting my vision into my future. Raw Optics is the only brand that takes into consideration the circadian rhythm that we need for our optimal health, and they are an investment because they're such high quality, great glasses. Skip the Amazon blue blocker glasses. You're not going to see a difference. It's not worth it at all. When I'm watching a movie at night with my husband, it is the perfect way for me to settle my circadian rhythm, support my health and well-being, and wear these, and I fall right to sleep. Click the link below in the show notes and get 10% off your order, or enter the code Ellen Fisher at checkout. One of the best ways that you can support this show is buying the products from our sponsors and using my code.
So what would we say the biggest benefit to understanding the differences between men and women? Or what's the benefit? Why is it important that we understand our differences?
We stop taking what the opposite sex does personal. The biggest benefit is what we've stopped taking personal. And the hurt and the anger that follows the hurt and the discouragement that follows and the powerlessness and the despair and everything that follows from you only could have done that if you didn't love me, or I would never do that to somebody I cared about. So you must care about me. Can I give you a specific example?
Sure.
So a man is talking. He's talking to someone who's important to him, and he's talking about something that's important to him. Now, let's say the water starts boiling for the teapot goes, and she walks away and addresses the teapot. Or a child comes up, Mommy, yes, but I'm talking, right? And how it occurs, it took me a long time to learn this, how it occurs to most men is that she chose that by her action, she was saying the teapot was more important than me. The child is more important than me. The phone ringing is more important than me. The texts are more important than me. Not knowing that how estrogen creates diffuse awareness. So we're not sorting by importance. We're sorting by loud. What's the most immediate, loudest thing? And so the teapot's more urgent than what you're saying, and the child's need is more urgent than what you're saying. But none of those are more important. But because this thing called a priority, you prioritize, and you prioritize by importance and urgency. So assuming that women do that too, but not knowing that we live in a completely different environment than you do because of the effects of estrogen on the brain. And you might get a kick out of this, Andrew. They did a study where a bunch of men agreed to take very high doses of estrogen. I think it was by the third day of the study, they had all opted out. The men could not, the input, the lack of screening that comes with testosterone and single focus, that they're overwhelmed by what was coming. Get me off this. As a woman, that's normal until you get to about my age. Well, or a little younger. But when I started, all the hormones were winding down, which happens by about 35 years old. Is when it's significant change in you. And my daughter thought I was ignoring her. And I had to teach her, no, I'm becoming more focused and becoming more and more like a man. So I wasn't ignoring you. I literally didn't hear you. It didn't know you asked me. And yeah.
I have there's lots of, not lots of times, but I can count a few times where I've been telling her something and she gets distracted to something else. I'm like, just forget it. And I just walk away. And then she's like, no, finish. And I'm just offended or just forget, you obviously don't care.
And that's what I mean. First biggest benefit of understanding, especially what gender hormones do to our brains. Regardless of identification, whatever we identify as, gender hormones are real. It affects the configuration of the brain, the operation of the brain. It matters. And just when we know that, and then we find out that your thoughts affect your hormones. I don't know. Did we talk about aromatase?
I don't think so. No, we didn't.
Okay. So I make up words. And one of the words I made up was testosterone. And I think women are equipped with testosterone. We can measure. Let's smell it. We're measuring the level of testosterone in a man. And most women feel safe if a man has enough testosterone to be handy. We want handiness. But no more. More than that is scary. So just handy. But how men generate, how they build testosterone in their bodies is by resting. They tell men, don't ever say you're doing nothing because she'll give you something to do. You say, I'm building testosterone. But what'll happen is he's doing nothing on the couch And then, oh, he's alive, y'all. He's worth something. And then what'll happen sometimes is she'll pop down and say, honey, I have some things to tell you. Could you just listen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because as you build testosterone, once you've built enough, you're now a racehorse in the gate, right? You're ready to produce a result. You're ready to kill something. You're ready to have sex. You're ready. Okay, let's go. And then just listen. Oh God, just listen. How many times have I gotten in trouble for failing and just listening? Okay, I'll try. And then she starts talking. He said yes. He's gonna just listen. And then he starts.
This is like insanely accurate.
Women don't know, and what men don't even know this about themselves. There's an enzyme called aromatase. And when you have testosterone to spend and you can't spend it, this enzyme kicks in and it turns the testosterone into estrogen. So the squirming is the awareness of biological emasculation. And since women don't know this about men, we're taking it personally.
We're offended by it.
You're annoyed by this conversation.
You're annoyed by this conversation.
You'd rather hang out with your friends. I mean, instead of, honey, I can tell that you got some juice, and could you save me from how full I am? I need to be saved. And all I need to do is hold the trash and encourage me to keep barfing. If you want, you can hold my hair too. And all you gotta do is go, oh. Like you guys know, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you wanna?
That's so true.
Yes, we get empty. We have space. Which is how a friend of mine got her husband, who would never listen to her, to finally listen to her. He had so much to say. And then she watched one of the videos and she's like, honey, I need you to listen to me because I'm so full I don't have room for anything, including your penis. I just have to listen to you and then I can have a sad.
That's what he heard.
What do you want?
And seem interested and happy if more is coming.
Yeah.
Because that's
I taught this to a 12-year-old boy about one of his two moms.
wow.
Yeah, and then he practiced. He's like, anything else? No, Timo, you gotta ask it like she's the most fascinating person in the whole.
Yeah.
That you're hoping there's more. So really, trust me. I get a call a few days later. Yeah, it works.
Wow. I mean, that is a scenario that must be just everywhere in relationships, because that was one of the most accurate. I see my producer laughing because I know it's accurate for him too.
And then what falls out of that, this hurt and resentment and then withholding, and we start being generous with each other and being in love dies, and now we just have bills and kids, and it all starts with a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Like, no, men need jobs. They got to produce results. The results, you're going to be yourself again. If you're going to be able to care about me, you could listen.
Seriously, I mean, even you just bringing up the tea kettle, this is a completely different situation, but we have an ongoing thing where I'll turn on the tea kettle, but when I'm in my like best feminine, like you explained, which I didn't even realize the whole puttering thing until you explained it, that when I am in my ultimate feminine, I'm not rushed. If I'm rushed and I'm busy, then I'm stressed. And then he doesn't want to be around me either when I'm stressed. That's like, if he has to answer what's the time when you want to like, ooh, give Ellen some space, it's if I'm stressed and I'm rushed. But so when I am in my ultimate feminine, I'm like you say, like I'll start the laundry and and then I'll start the dishes, and halfway through the dishes, the dishwasher's still open. I say, oh, I forgot to water the plants, and then I'll water the plants, and I'll turn on the kettle, and then I walk away, and then it's going zzz, and I'm in the other room doing a board game with the kids. And he's like, Ellen, you always forget to turn off the kettle. Why don't you turn it off? And I don't know why I don't turn it off. And then he'll turn it off for me, and I might still have to go back and turn it on 15 minutes later to to get it hot again to make my matcha because I'm not going to stand there and just wait for it to get hot.
So we have two things you just brought up about women that men don't know about women.
Okay.
One is what happens when we don't have plenty of time. Like literal personality change. Okay. And it has everything to do with time. That's one. And the other is meanwhile. We do things meanwhile. Because there's so many things asking to be done and I can't go further with this. So I'll do that. Or while this is cooking, while the water is boiling, I'll do this. And one of my workshop leaders, her husband heated up a bowl of soup. And she asked, what are you doing? He said, I'm waiting for my soup to cool. And she goes, oh, meanwhile, could you do this? And he's like, no. Now, our reaction to that is like, they're so stupid. They can only do one thing at a time. And my reaction to that is, but who's eating cold soup?
Because he makes a big majority of our dinners. He'll cook it. He's such a wonderful cook. And then he says, dinner's ready. And I say, okay, I'll be right there. Ellen, dinner's ready. Hold on.
It's not hot.
Maybe that's the thing to say. Which is what we have to find out. We have to find out these code words. Like Greg, I would say dinner's ready. And he wouldn't come. And then it would get cold. Well, I didn't find out till like 15 years of marriage that he didn't care if the food got cold. He just never wanted to wait for it. He wanted the food to wait for him. Which of course he hadn't told me before because he thought it was obvious. Yeah. And you don't want to waste any energy stating the obvious, which women don't know about men. So I changed it. Dinner's on the table. Oh, bam. Then I went the extra step because, I was a great wife. We'd have a date. And I'd arrive at the restaurant early and they're like, is someone? Yes, my husband's going to join me. Okay, I'll be back. No, I want to order. Well, we're ordering. No, I'd like to order now. He doesn't care if it's hot. He cares if it's sitting there when he gets here. Are you letting me order? So some of them just won't let me order. They just don't believe me.
Yeah.
But then Greg arrives and dinner's on the table at the restaurant. You know how many points I got for that?
Yeah.
I got so many great wife points.
Yeah.
But if you listen to these slight things, right? Dinner's ready. Dinner's hot. Play with it. Play with it and you'll find out what connects it, which is most of what we got to do is find out what are the words that connect. And one of the things that men don't know about women, there's meanwhile, there's what happens if you give us a deadline, and yet still men are more forgiving of women being different than women are men being different.
I can
See
see that.
that.
Yeah. You don't know what the good reason is, but if that's what comes with all of what's amazing about her, okay, we'll do.
That's so true. Whereas women might be more inclined to say, we must make this perfect.
Well, or another way to look at it, something men don't know about women. Oh my gosh. I have 11 hours.
Yes.
But
Keep going.
so that thing I just said about if this is what comes with what I need in her, that's what comes with it. Okay. That's just how she is. So as most men, you buy the package. You just scoop up the whole thing. This is who I want to do this with. Yeah, she gets bitchy sometimes. Yeah, she's kind of crazy about that. Yeah, well, so what? What's your point? That's just how she is, and I want her. Right? So you do that, and we actually can tell when you've done that. Something happens in our whole system when you've chosen thus, and we know we haven't been like pretending to be somebody else. Okay, you're picking me just the way I am. I'm safe. Well, it's an amazing thing. And women don't do it. And so I was telling a man about this just a few weeks ago. He said, yeah, me and my girlfriend, we got engaged. But, he goes, what? there's something you need to know. What? And it's, you're married. He goes, yeah, I am. Like, yeah, the moment you decided you wanted to do that, and she said yes, you are married, and now you're acting like a husband, and you're being a husband. And so you're protecting things you didn't protect before. She goes, oh no, just last week I told her you can't do that show. And women, after they get engaged, they're like, well, what happened to him? He's gotten so controlling, which protecting is all.
Yeah.
It's very much controlling energy. But men don't know that women don't do that. We don't buy the whole package. We have plans for you. And another way to say that is that women commit one acceptance at a time. Literally, one acceptance at a time. He loves the Dodgers. Okay.
I could do that.
Or like my boyfriend. Okay. In the beginning, I called him spare parts. Okay. He's got a titanium rod. He's got cadaver bone. He's got artificial knees. Okay. This is how he comes. I'm never going to hold it against him. Okay. Right? But I know to consciously accept. Mm-hmm. Most women don't. And I know women who had weddings 30 years ago, and they're still not married. They have not, there hasn't been a critical mass of acceptance to actually be committed. And so that's what I think engagement's supposed to be about. Don't let it be a wedding planning period. Have it be a life planning period. And what's real about this person, and it's not going away and it's not going to change. So if I'm signing up for a life of this, okay. Oh, and he does that. Okay. Well, that's his favorite joke. Okay.
So what can men do in that period of time to show, like, just honesty is obviously a big part of it. Just be yourself, like how to get all that out there so the woman knows what they're getting, kind of thing. What can men do?
Well, I think you do that naturally. Yeah. But you don't know what's happening on her side, which list it's going on. Well, that's the first thing I'm going to fix when we get married. We have rehabilitation programs, and not knowing that you want and need acceptance as much as you also get it. Mm-hmm. That's a definite two-way thing, but it's so much harder for us. But we try. So one of the things I noticed about men is you know where your deal breakers are. You know what, do you ever use the term non-starter?
I don't use it a whole lot, but yeah.
That's a non-starter. Yeah. Like you just already know that will never work. Yeah. And you don't try to make it work. It's a non-starter. Well, women believe in potential. So we don't honor our deal breakers. We don't honor our non-starters. We think eventually you'll give us what we can't live without. And you'll stop doing what we can't live with. Mm-hmm. Instead of, let's talk about this. These are the things I can't live with and I can't live without. Do you agree? That'd be so honest.
Yes. That would be so honest.
So as a man, to your question, this is how I'd handle it. If you're going to be with me, this is something you need to accept. You got 12 days to figure that out. This is a getting to know. This is the due diligence time. And I just want to point out, in case you haven't noticed, this is who I am, which is one of the things we teach women, what you can and cannot change about me. You all are willing to change so many behaviors, but you're not willing to change yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm
about that too. Yeah. If you want firmer, softer, glowier skin while you sleep, use my code ELLEN2026 to get 10% off Osea's new Dream Bio Retinol Body Serum. Osea is my favorite go-to clean, vegan, cruelty-free skin and body care brand that I've been using for years now, and I'm obsessed with this new product. This serum has totally upgraded my nightly routine. It's an overnight body treatment that targets the visible effects of stress on your skin, dryness, dullness, and loss of firmness, so that you literally wake up looking more radiant. What I love most, it's powered by algae-derived bioretinol and red seaweed to help visibly firm and smooth the look of lines and wrinkles without irritation. Plus, magnesium and lavender help you unwind and feel ready for restful sleep. The texture is a dreamy, creamy, lightweight lavender milk that melts right in, and the scent is calming, like your own mini spa moment before bed. By morning, my skin genuinely feels softer, smoother, and firmer. Just apply from the neck down after your nighttime routine, let it absorb, and follow with your favorite Osea body moisturizer for even more hydration. Treat your skin to the Dream Bioretinol Body Serum, and don't forget to use my code ELLEN2026 for 10% off. So in your book, you talk a lot about, you speak to women in the Queen's Code about how to speak to men that best resonates with them. I feel like, was that a fair description a little bit? You probably have a much more eloquent way to explain it.
It's bigger than
Much bigger, right?
I think Bert would call it speaks to the action command center.
Okay. Love it.
It makes something actionable.
Okay.
Many of the words that we use, like issues, that's not actionable.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's unsolvable, an issue. I have a problem. Yes. Problem is actionable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the hero language is specific, and it's about action, the action that they consider is theirs to take.
So is there a language for men to learn about women that best resonates with them, or what would be the word for woman, not the command center, I imagine?
I don't think anybody's ever asked me that word.
Really?
Isn't that odd?
That is odd, because I don't know why. I didn't write it down. I just thought of it as you were saying it.
Okay, so this is something that men don't know about women, and women don't know why they can't not do it. And it has to do with when... Can I give like a framework that I've been looking at for the last year?
Yeah.
This has come with the downloading of the King's Code.
Please do.
Which, by the way, you had folks respond me to our first interview asking when's the King's Code coming before I was told it's called the King's Code.
Wow.
Yeah, it does. And so it started downloading last August. And it has to do with experiencing being secure through productivity versus feeling safe through connectivity. And so the question, how are you? If a person is in a productivity state of mind, you want to know what you're dealing with. It's a fact that you're looking for to base decisions upon, capacities, delegation, right? Body's good, head's bad. Head's good, body's lame today. Right? How are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm great. Okay. It's going down in the capacities department. This is what I'm dealing with. All about productivity. Well, you ask a woman in an open state of mind, how are you? Connectivity. So, to be truthful, accurate, and complete, I'm going to tell you about my physical self, my mental self, my emotional self, my spiritual self, maybe my etherical self, and anybody who I count as myself. So my 3 children, my grandchildren, my boyfriend, my best friend, everybody that is part of the realm of the Queen, they are part of how she is. And so I'm gonna tell you all about those. And all you want to know is, are you fine? Right? Are you okay? Are you good to go?
You good to go?
Good to go? And so what we encourage for men to not have the life drained out of them while someone's answering, how are you? Is instead find out from a woman, and you can find out both. What is the productivity question for me? What's going to give me your status? What I can count on you for today. But on the other side, one of the most important things to do is to find out for the women in your life, how many daughters do you have?
2 girls and 3 boys.
So this would include your daughters, all ages. Find out what their favorite questions are. And it's going to have everything to do with what they're driven to do that they love to do. So like there are people who are driven to learn and love learning. So instead of saying, how are you? Say, when did you learn today? But you can ask that question, not when you're looking for productivity, when you're feeding the need for connectivity. What did you learn today? And now she'll be talking about something she's passionate about. You'll be able to stand it for much longer because the life force is literally flowing to you. It's a battery recharge when you ask women about what they're passionate about. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just questions that are they're gonna get to it. What's it like to be you now?
That's a great question.
So much of the questions like, honey, how was your day? For her, that's a connectivity question.
Yeah.
For a man, it could be something he doesn't want to think about anymore. Over. But she'll take it as you don't want to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the wrong question, wrong time. Right? Because you get that question, you walk in the door. Our brain just works so differently, and maybe this was the thing, but maybe not. This other thing that showed up with the downloading of Keen's code was that whether we're in a producing result state of mind, what I call a committed state of mind, or we're in an open state of mind, we naturally scan for strength. And this isn't just human. Watch any 2 dogs measure each other up, right? So we scan for strength. And what women don't know about men choosing mates is, and so what men don't know is that women don't know this, that you guys are like natural team builders. So you're scanning for complementary strengths. You're not scanning for someone who's like you, which men have told me over and over again, I don't want someone who's like me. And so if women don't know that men are scanning for strength, women don't know how much strength men see in women and what they see as strength, like peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is their strength. And you don't know that. And that men don't know that women are scanning for strength, but then where we perceive strength, now we are desperate to connect. Because whether it's at the conscious level or not, we believe that only if we have a good connection will you use your strength for me instead of against me. So where we see strength, the perception of strength causes chemistry. And then we're desperate to connect with the man that we have chemistry, a chemical reaction to.
Every single day, like at some point in the middle of the day, she goes, let's just sit down and connect. And I'm like, and that's always my natural not always, but like she brings that word almost every day. So what can I do in those moments when I feel like I'm working on something else and she wants to connect without hurting the feeling?
Because he'll give like and then instantly I'm like, oh, you hate me. You think I'm annoying.
A couple things. First, you change the question.
Okay.
Honey, let me know when would be a good time to connect. And he may not be able to let you know right now. He's got to finish what he's doing. And then, hey, I can connect now. Can you connect now? Mm-hmm. Or 6 o'clock. You could do that. Mm-hmm. Or, my boyfriend, God bless him, we were long distance. And then I moved to his backyard. And I saw more of him when we were long distance than I saw in his backyard. And I was starving for attention, which is another thing men don't know about women. That while trust and respect is a man's access to productivity,
greater productivity and therefore security. Interest and attention is our access to connection and feeling safe. So if you're not paying attention, and I mean, I wish men could have alarms go off in their head. If their wives are saying, I'm not getting enough attention, that should be 5-alarm fire. Because attention is a safety concern for us. And if I can't get enough attention from this strong person, I gotta get it from another strong person. And, so when I blew up about this with Dan, I love this man. I swear Greg sent him to me. Which is one of the first things I told my boyfriend, that my late husband probably picked him.
Wow.
That was a sorting question. Shit, now my husband's very much involved in their life and he probably picked you. We're on the phone and I'm thinking,
This is your chance to...
he didn't run. Do it. It was real quiet and I'm thinking, oh, he's really gonna run. I can feel him. Well, nice energy.
Wow. He's a keeper.
We've had so many of those moments. Yeah, I can tell him all I want. I can cry on his birthday. I can cry on Father's Day. Oh, he's amazing about it. But anyhow, so when he got it, that I was not getting enough attention, even though I teased him, his mistress is installed in the backyard. She's not getting enough attention. And so so what he did, he invented and we call them lay downs, and then we have nicknames. So he says, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is deep, guys. Every day, we're going to pick a time. You'll pick the time because you're busier than I am. We're going to pick a time. And I'll come over here, or you'll come over there. We'll lie down. And we can snuggle, talk, then get frisky. We'll lie down. I cried that he was willing to give that to me. I just was so, really? You would do that for me? And one of the things that's important is my part is texting him. I text him, lay down, 3:30, 5:30, and then he texts back, when? But I have to bring to him the possible whens in my schedule for lay down. And the whole point is to pay attention. The whole point is to connect.
I love that.
It's a miracle. It's now been 3.5 years. 3.5 years of laydowns. Rarely missed. It's amazing. And we have names for it now. Like, there's one I call a dirty down. It's not really a thing. We were out doing chores. And the plan was to do the lay down after we were doing chores. Now, we live in the country, right? And the chores involve manure. And so we were really dirty at the end of the chores. But we were too tired to take a shower. So I took a sheet out and I put it on my bed. And we had a dirty day.
Actually, maybe that's something you got from Allison. Exposed or something like that. I've noticed sometimes when I'm like, I don't know, like the feeling like I'm in the middle of something. You're like, how about you'll give me a suggestion on a time going, okay, yeah, that might work. Because that does when you were maybe before that, or you were feeling really in need of it. And it's just it turns into more I'm doing something against you, or they don't fear at you, or
and
denying you that thing. Where that's never my intention. I think it has been a couple about that or something, but 99% of the time it's not.
I mean, how the partnership works is figuring out this would be the best way to ask, right? Like, so for you to tell Ellen, if you said when would be a good time to connect, or in the morning, let's look at our schedules and see when would be a good time to connect. And then don't get all appointment about it. You gotta have some ease and life and 5 kids.
Yeah, sometimes the connection I need doesn't need to be a solid 30 minutes together. It's just a moment of looking at each other happily and embracing for a second. And if I don't get that at all throughout the day, I'm feeling like we're roommates. I'm starting to be, hello. I thought I was like the love of your life. And he's like, what? We're just like doing the stuff we have to do today.
Stair hugs. A version of stair hugs. Dan's like 9 inches taller than I am. And so we do stair hugs. Yes. You want a stair hug? Yeah. And then I go into position with the quick fix of connecting that can happen many times. And then the thing about not feeling like roommates, just hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds longer. Like kiss and put your consciousness awareness in your lips. Talk about keeping the embers going. Which when the embers are going, it feels like you feel like lovers. You're not roommates, you're lovers. I can't remember the last time I had sex, but I know we're lovers. It's a feel, it's an energy.
It's a hum.
And there's that, yeah. There's a hum, it's a spark, and it's taking the time to be present to the other person.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's easy to not be that way with how much we have going on and home educating all 5 of them in the sports, and he's a coach for all their sports. And
Well, one thing that came to my mind was almost every day come up to me and would be like, can we connect? Let's talk on the couch. But almost every day it's like, I get that signal, and normally she responds like, ah. So what can men do to ask the question in a better way or set it up in a better way so that you get a better response?
Are you talking about sex?
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
that's such a good question.
It's such a good question.
You know, I've always been intentional about what my kids consume. And this intentionality doesn't apply only to the food we put in our bodies. It extends to what they watch and read too, which is why I love Brave Plus. Because let's be honest, so much of what's out there for kids is loud, fast, and overstimulating, and not in a good way. Bright flashing lights, hyper dopamine grabs, and content that doesn't even align with the values we teach and model in our homes. Media today is designed to hook their attention, not nourish their hearts and minds. And that's the same reason I'm intentional with food. I want nourishment, not just empty calories. So I trust Brave Plus, a streaming platform where every show is curated by parents and crafted for kids with no ads, no harmful messages, and no overstimulation. The content is chosen to help build character, spark imagination, and support healthy development, not undermine it. And one of my favorite parts is the Brave Book Club. Every month, we get a new book delivered straight to our door that teaches a different character building value through imaginative stories and activities. My kids are completely obsessed with it. So right now, head to bravebooks.com/Ellen to get 20% off the book club and enjoy full access to Brave Plus completely free with your subscription. It is such a good deal. With Brave Plus, it's never been easier to be intentional about your kids' entertainment, the way you already are about everything else that matters most.
I am pro-sex.
Yeah.
Because it's so good for people.
So important.
It's so good for individual health, and it's so good for couple life. And oh gosh, we dedicate probably an hour of Understanding Women, our online course, not the Audible one, of how to support a woman in having enough sex. And it depends on her state of mind. You can tell a woman's state of mind by how she moves. If she's going in straight lines and her body's all just moving forward, she's in a committed state of mind. How you ask her for sex is when would be a good time to have sex. 8 o'clock. Be there or be square. And now this gets into men don't want sex scheduled because they worry about performing. And so they ask for sex when they want sex because then they know they can perform. But as a woman, you all are springing sex on us. Quit springing it on me. Because you don't know in your head, you're already getting in the zone of it. And then you say something like, and you think when you go, that's going to transmit into our head, the most fun in the world is going to happen with you now if I say yes. No. Yeah, or she's doing dishes. We're going to do it. No. What? So something men don't know about women and women don't know about themselves is oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. Ton of research done on it. I don't even try to keep up anymore. it's the bonding hormone. It's the I can care about you hormone. I can give a flying fart about what you need, or I can't. So oxytocin is I can care about you. I feel close to you. And it's also the orgasm hormone. And a ton of oxytocin is spent in sex. So I call it the oxytocin account. So when you're like, right, unconsciously, besides the schedule and everything that has to get done, there's a checking of the oxytocin account. Mm-hmm. And if we don't have enough oxytocin, and most women don't know this, if we don't have enough oxytocin, sex will depress us. Yeah, I mean, for a man, how could sex ever be bad when you don't have enough oxytocin? You can be left depressed, which is why women get so upset about men falling asleep. We just spent a bunch of testosterone. We got to build some more. So we're trying to, because we're depleted because we didn't have enough oxytocin to be able to spend that much. And if a woman doesn't have enough oxytocin, she can't have an orgasm. The more oxytocin we have, the more like, yeah. I learned this from my husband because I brought him some questions from our Understanding Sex and Intimacy panel, and I picked out some ones, and one of them was, how do you like women to initiate sex? And he looked at the question. He said, I like all the ways you can initiate sex. Oh, yeah. I just wish you would do them when it's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Yeah. And that's when I got it. It's like, oh my gosh, he wants me to initiate sex the way he initiates sex. Mm-hmm. And I want him to initiate sex the way I initiate sex. Mm-hmm. Honey, can we have sex tonight? I would ask him that in the morning. Can we have sex tonight? He'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. So I realized that that's why he would just spring it on me, because he knew, right? Yeah, I'm good to go. Let's do it. But if you ask for like hours in advance, we consciously or unconsciously we shift the way that we do things, and we're unconsciously even building oxytocin, which rhythmic hand motions. I don't know if these count, but rhythmic hand motions, all the men are like that. Oh no. But wiping down counters, folding clothes, vacuuming, dusting. I like to say our housekeepers have better sex than we do. Because all those rhythmic hand motions build oxytocin. But only, back to the thing we put a pin in, if we have plenty of time. Yeah. Yep. Yes. I save dishes for the morning to build oxytocin. At night, I'm just trying to get the dishes done. And we have plenty of time, then we can do things in a way that builds oxytocin, that then has us be able to care, has us be receptive to invitations. And so a woman who is attending to our oxytocin count, a woman who's attending to our oxytocin can be sure.
That is so fascinating. And as you're explaining and depicting that entire scenario, I'm seeing myself and him in the whole thing. But what's funny is we just recorded an episode of just the two of us chatting right before this, answering people's questions that people had for both of us. And we started talking about sex, and we said that I want it to be spontaneous and he wants it like, you would.
I would prefer spontaneous, but sometimes it doesn't work out when you have 5 kids.
He's fine with scheduling, but the reality is, as you described it, it's true. Scheduling it is more helpful for me to prepare, but the ideal would, of course, be spontaneous if I was in my ultimate like freedom. But that's really only when we're really at hotels. Right. Like if we're at a hotel, then it's like, yeah, anytime, anywhere, like the whole, you know what I mean? But that's really rare.
Why hotels work?
Why?
Because there's nothing in the environment that she's accountable for. Connecting emotionally and mentally leads to the physical desire to do that. But also one of the ways that women get hurt is they want to connect, so they initiate sex. but they don't want sex. And so the initiation has no desire in it. And it's her desire for you that starts the party. So if it's just like, can we have sex? Do we have to? But when we're needy for attention and connection, and we will try to do that. We will initiate sex when we don't really want sex. It's not about pleasure and desire. It's about getting your attention. And it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well at all. And it's another thing that men don't know about women, that and we'll talk about it in the Queen's Code, and it's so beautiful how it really works, is how much the biggest turn on for a man is his woman's desire for him. And the biggest turn on for her is his desire for her.
100%.
But when we're worried about, like, if men have been rejected, then they're going to tone down their desire. Like my husband would be kind of like looking for the signs that I was going to say yes. Except for I signed up as a yes. Right? Like, I don't care if I feel like it. I don't care if I want to. I'm your partner. I'm your sexual partner. I'm your sexual provider. I may need a bath, but I'm a yes. And yet he still had the fear of being rejected. And so he would start to get really weird because he wanted to have sex, but he was trying to conceal that he wanted to have sex.
Yeah. And
yes.
but for, like you said about the, like, saying, how about tonight? And he's going, I don't know. But for me, I want to feel like you desire me all day. And then I want to have sex the moment we can have sex, because all day I've been feeling like you desire me and I desire you and we're playful. And then by the time it's go time, we're like, I'm ready.
Exactly that. Which I think is, there are men who foreplay is a nightmare to them. But foreplay is what's needed when you surprise a woman. You shock her. My body needs to catch up with that. And foreplay is having your body catch up. But if it's present, right, like all day.
First chance, yeah, that we're doing it. Yes, that it feels that way. But if we're like walking past each other with the list, and did you go to, can you please get this when you go to the now do you want to have sex, and it doesn't feel that same. It feels like a jolt.
I feel like I've fallen into the concealing thing many, many times. And then she'll get mad. Well, why did you tell me? And it's like, oh, you seem busy. And I didn't want to get overly excited and then get rejected, because that's like the worst feeling. It's like you really desire it, and then you think you might get it, then you bring it up, and it's not a good time when you're like, oh, just the ultimate rejection. It was a feral.
I mean, I had a 26-year marriage working this stuff out, and from being in mom head and then business head and then really in business head, now Greg retired, and he would be concealing it and he would spring it on me like I was leaving for 5 days. Can we do it now? No. And we made this deal, but he made the deal under duress, which is not a true deal. Because I got so mad at him.
Really not asking, trying to figure out for me when would be a good time. I'm the only one who knows when's going to be a good time. Ask me. And so we made this deal that all he would have to say, because then he could, do the manly concealing thing. Can I have a when? Or he'd say, I'm looking for a when. And I'd say, in the next 12 hours, 24, 36, 48, 12. Okay, let me look at my calendar. And then I would, 6:50, be there or be square. Come naked. I'll be the naked one in bed. And And I thought, okay, can finally work, right? Like it's just straight, it's clear, it's clean. I want to provide. And then he did this thing. I wanted to kill him. I show up. I've been priming myself ever since I said 650. And I show up and he says, it's okay if you don't want to do it. I got so mad. I said yes. Don't make me accountable for whether this happens now or not. I'm here. I'm naked. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Don't be giving me a second chance to choose.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Oh. But he thought he was being generous and accommodating and considerate and what you guys try to be.
Yeah. And that's him being considerate. I don't want to interrupt her. She looks busy. But that's kind of like what a man needs. He needs to not be interrupted because he's single focused. As you described, you're doing one thing and you don't want to be interrupted. Whereas me, if you interrupt me to give me a brief 2-minute kiss and just to tell me, I love you, thinking of you today, just something connective that takes 2 minutes, I am so happy for that. And not even like, oh, I want to have sex like right now. Nothing like that, but just like a connective, I'm feeling you, I'm thinking of you sexually. That already makes me feel that feeling of, oh, I want to have sex with him today. That little bit.
You just made me think of so many more things that men need to know about women.
Okay, let's go.
All right. What's one of the things you just thought of?
Okay. Have you ever encountered a stainless steel mixing bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever used a colander or strainer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Men, single focus, stainless steel mixing bowl. You put something in there, it stays in there. It might evaporate over a long period of time. Women, no, we're the strainer. You put something in, it runs out the bottom. This is why every day you could interrupt her to tell her how beautiful she is. How sexy she is. How wonderful she is. How luscious she is. Every single day you could tell her that. And she wouldn't get tired of it. And not only that, we actually need it every single day. Does he still think I'm pretty? Does he still think I'm sexy? How about now? How about now? It just runs out the bottom. Yeah.
So true.
Yes. And I learned this about men when I was studying what fills us up and identifying what fills us up and how long does it last. Like a good night's sleep, I'll have patience till about 9 o'clock the next day. And then it's gone. Mm-hmm. But and women will figure out, okay, if I do this, I'll be able to be patient, be gracious, be creative, be whatever for half a day, for a day. And then we had men figuring out, okay, if I get this, if I go for a good run, I'm going to be clear-headed for a couple of days. If I ride my motorcycle, I'm good for 6 days. If I get appreciated for something, 6 months. That'll last for 6 months. And I'm like, what? I never met a single woman who had something last more than 2 days. And that's when I got it.
Yeah.
That's when I got it. And it's one of the things that women don't know is the things that are like they're high octane. There's things we can say to you. There's things that we can appreciate you for. There's ways that we can admire you that it'll fill you up for really long. It'll just keep feeding you and feeding you. And we're the opposite. Have you ever heard the joke, an elderly couple goes to a therapist and the therapist says, "Why are you here?" And the woman says, "He never tells me he loves me."
I haven't heard it, no.
And the therapist looks to the husband, he goes, "I told you I loved you the day I asked you to marry me. If I had changed my mind, I would let you know."
That's so good.
Yeah, there's just the assumption that we keep it, that we can hold it, that we'll remember it. diffuse awareness, it's diffuse paying attention, it's diffuse disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a diffuser. Right? So you can't say it too much.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Well, like Ellen had asked me for the interview, what are the things that I want most? And I was like respect, peace, sex. Those were like I was like, I think that's it. And she's like, what else? And I was like, oh, as long as I get that, it sounds pretty good.
Sex, respect,
Yeah.
sex, peace, and respect.
Yeah.
Sex, then respect, then sex, then peace.
So the question is, obviously I know she needs connectivity. I know now she needs daily reminders of how beautiful she is. I try to do that already. I've already figured that out about her. I guess it's for all women.
Yeah.
Thought I was the crazy one over here.
So what's another key thing that you find most women fall into?
Oh my gosh. When my best friend's soon-to-be husband came to the Understanding Women workshop, I asked him at the end, so how was this for you? He goes, it was great, but I don't know why you had to get all these people together to talk about Barbara. He did. And we all think. You can see it if you watch it online, you can see it. And the thing I'm about to tell you, women don't know that it happens to all women.
Mm-hmm.
Like women think they're crazy that inanimate objects talk to them, that inanimate objects nag them, that the socks say, why haven't you trained your husband to pick me up yet? The pillar's like, I'm crooked. The drapes are going, we're ugly. We're still ugly. Why haven't you fixed us yet?
You really are a stand-up comedian and a philosopher, all in one.
But we all think it's just us. This is what I meant by when we understand others and we understand ourselves. It's not personal. It's how it works. And one of the things that men don't know about women, and it crystallized when a man said to me, why do women make their feelings the center of everything?
It's a good question.
A good question, right? Man, that is a good question.
Yes.
Oh boy. So what men don't know about women is that we don't make them the center of everything. They are already the center of everything. And literally, I came up with a new way to talk about it. And I had this realization on the plane this morning. Oh my gosh. So I've asked men where different feelings are in their bodies. And some are the same, and some are just different for a different man, where he feels different things. And they're in different places. Dread might be in one place. Shame's pretty consistent for people right here. I've asked men, where do you feel happy? And they couldn't answer because they pay no attention to themselves being happy. Pay attention to women being happy, right? But this is what I found out. It's here. Happy shows up here. It shows up here. Big happy goes down the arms and high five, smack on the butt, spike the ball. That's a big happy, right? This is also where you experience power. Happy and power go together. Can you see it? One of the things men don't know about women is that the power terrifies us, especially if we don't feel connected to you, because we're afraid you'll use it against us. If we feel connected to you, then we're happy you're happy. If we don't, it's scary. And this is why women attack men when they're happy.
Women attack men when men are happy?
Mm-hmm.
What's an example? Oh, like sports.
Exactly. Oh, he's so full of himself. And they'll do something to take him down.
So wait, why do women do that?
Because happiness and power comes together in a man's body, and the power is scary. And so we have to diminish the power. So we will attack them when they're happy. They come home, they caught a big fish or whatever it was they did. if it wasn't something that I did that gave you that feeling, then that's a problem.
Yeah, you're
I'm
more
the
excited to
only
go out with
one
your friends.
that's supposed to make you happy.
Why do you seem so happy to go on a trip with your friends? You don't
Yeah.
seem as happy to go on a trip with me.
Yeah. So back to the original point, because we can go so many places from everywhere. So women, think of a stack of pancakes. Okay, but put it like this kind of stack, maybe a stack of records, but it's like a stack of pancakes. And what they're called are our feelings. It's a stack of pancakes in the same place in our body, right here in the center of the body. It's where we'll feel sad. It's where we'll feel grief. It's where we'll feel compassion. It's where we'll feel joy and happiness and love. It's a stack of pancakes. It all happens right here. So we don't make them the center of everything. They are the center of everything. And this was a thing I realized on the plane. We never say, you hurt my feeling.
No.
You hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Because they're
'Cause they're all
all right
together.
here.
Yeah.
And it feels like you stabbed me in the chest or you punched me in the chest. I mean, it's a physical pain. When we say you hurt my feelings, it's a physical pain. And it causes a whole lot of mischief. But it's not you hurt my feeling. You collapse the whole stack of pancakes, which includes my connection to the eternal. Yeah. And men try to interact with that with truth and logic. Just like when you're screaming at the television because they flubbed the catch in the baseball game, and we try to talk you out of it with logic. No, when you need to vent, you want to kill something, put your shoulder to it, help you kill it. But that's not our instinct. Our instinct is to talk you down because we are terrified of your anger. It's not just scary. It's terrifying.
This is why it's more terrifying for our daughters if he's upset than our boys.
Absolutely. And it's one of the things men don't know about women is we've got ancestral memories that are then compounded by trauma TV. And in our instinctual reaction is if you're disgruntled, uh-oh. And frustration building, danger. Raised voice? To us, you raise your voice. The next thing you do, you raise your hand. And we don't know how much you're protecting us all the time, even from your own frustration and anger. We don't know that you disarm yourself. We don't know that that's why you walk away, to settle down so you don't hurt anybody.
Yeah, that was something in your book, The Queen's Code, that you explained, you were explaining in the book something about why do men throw something when they're angry, and we're just, how could you throw something? And you're
so immature.
And then you explained it in a way that they're disarming themselves from hurting someone. And then suddenly you see it as this beautiful, protective, how amazing that is of them. That it's instinctual.
Yeah, and it's one of the things we don't know about you. Men don't know that women don't know how protective you are. We think you'll protect us if you like us. We think you'll protect us if you're attracted to me. Now, we think you'll protect us if you're not mad at us.
Oh, yeah.
We think if you're mad at us, you'll just be like, oh, there's a tiger. You want mustard with her? Take her. We really do. But what men don't know that women don't know is we don't know what honor is to a man. To a man, honor is doing the right thing no matter what you feel. No matter how you feel, you do the right thing. Which is one of the reasons why men don't marry women they love. They know they're not right for her. It would be dishonorable to keep her when you know you can't give her what she needs. Doesn't matter how much you love her. It would be dishonorable to do that. That's unimaginable to women. We think you'll marry me when you love me enough. No, I might not marry you because of how much I love you, because I'm an honorable man. And women don't know, women don't know how much men are interacting with honor all the time and doing the right thing no matter how you feel. And so when you express shame, which is what you feel when you have failed at doing something that you hold yourself to account for, oftentimes the things that you express will say that's ridiculous. You couldn't have prevented that from happening. You weren't even in the same part of the country. You couldn't have saved her from that. Basically, we're saying you're not Superman. I'm not. I hold myself to account for being Superman. I should have been there. So there's this thing that happens, and it's compounding, right? And you can see how we can't just talk about men or women, that women try to hold men to account for acting like a woman would. And thank goodness most of you won't allow it. There are men who are allowing themselves to be held to account for acting like a woman. They become self-emasculating. It's heartbreaking for me. But because most men won't let yourself be held to account for acting like a woman, like, go tell that to one of your girlfriends. I'm not built for that. Go call your sister, right? You're like, no, I'm not that. We think because you won't be held to account for acting like a woman that you won't be held to account. Women have no idea how much men hold themselves accountable for. And it's one of the questions that we ought to ask. What do you consider yourself accountable for? And then just wait for the wow, listen and listen and listen. And you have to be safe. You have to not be ready to pounce, because to reveal that's a huge revelation. You're saying who you are. And the women don't know that to conceal is the default for men. Conceal anything that can be used against you. And we want you to open up and tell me about your feelings and your emotions, and I will use them against you. I'll start by revealing it to my friends, all the special deep things you told me, not knowing that that's a betrayal. But I'll tell them about it, because then they'll know how important I am to you.
That looks so crazy. So I have a question.
Okay.
To pivot a little bit.
All right.
One of the other things that I noticed in our first conversation that people had commented about that were triggered was that they feel that women are the ones that are almost always seeking out information on how to better their relationships, and they feel men don't do that. What are your thoughts on that? And why? And whatever you think, whether that's true or not, why?
Yes, except and because women seek information about relationships because deep down that's how we survive. And men seek information on producing results because deep down that's how they know they survive. And men will seek information about relationships when what's happening in their relationship or not having a relationship is threatening what it is that they've built or trying to build. It's instinctual.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
personal.
It's not personal, and it's not better. It's neither is better or worse.
I like that answer.
Thank you.
Because it
was a quick answer.
Yeah, no, it is. That was probably the first one. But I love the long answers. They're so insightful. And I think that answer is not sufficient for a lot of people who think that we're the same, that we're supposed to be the same. But it's okay that we're different, and it's good that we're different.
Yes, in the frustration, I understand the frustration. But when you see what's really happening, all that's necessary is a shift in perspective and language.
Yeah.
So if you're interacting with someone who's organized around being productive, producing results, achieving goals, getting somewhere, then all you have to do is change how you language it so that they can see what the result would be of whatever it is that you're asking for. I'd woken up, but they didn't know it. And so I heard my son, who's probably about 7 at the time. No, he has to be like 8, because he was telling his little sister outside the bedroom door, shh, if we wait till it has a 7 in it, she'll be patient. So he was watching the clock to make sure I slept long enough so I'd be patient. Why? He wanted me to be patient. We just have to connect the dots. This is how you get the mom you want. This is how you get the wife you want. This is how you get the lover you want. It's just math. It's like 1 + 2 = So it's, men will pay the same intensity of attention to the quality of their relationship with their wife when they see how that relationship affects how they're productive in every other part of their lives. Okay. Or it's diminished. But they can only pay attention to it as long as they think there's a chance to win at it. That we could get somewhere. Something's possible here. Oh, this is worth it. But mostly what we do, because of one of the things men don't know about women, is how sensitive we are to criticism. Men have asked, how can you effectively criticize a woman?
That was one of my questions.
You can't.
Wait, how did you write it?
How did you write it?
You wrote it down. Oh, we gotta find it.
Oh, gosh. It was something about criticism.
Oh, do women tend to handle criticism or feedback differently than men?
Yeah.
Way.
Or what? Yeah.
Way.
Why do they handle
Way
it
and
this
why?
way?
Okay, so we think that we, conscious or unconscious, our job is to be pleasing. And as long as I'm pleasing, you will only procreate with me, and you'll protect me, and you'll provide for me as long as I'm pleasing. So I have to be pleasing. And if you mention something critical, I have failed utterly and I'm going to die.
That is literally how it feels sometimes.
It does. It feels like it crashes the system. And I was talking about this the other day, the difference between pleasing, when a woman uses the word pleasing, how can I please you? Well, cook the green beans for 3 minutes less and let me salt my own. That would be more pleasing. Oh, good. When men talk about being pleasing, they're talking about pleasure. I want to please her. They're not talking about fix it just right, make her the cocoa just right. Like they're usually it's pleasure. Pleasing and pleasure, they seem really close together, but they're light years away. So when you don't have to say something for it to seem critical, like you can state a fact, and we will take it as a criticism. The green beans are cold.
That's so true.
You're just stating a fact. There's no accusation in it at all. It's just a fact. Let's deal with facts.
What are you saying? Are you saying that I didn't cook them right? You always say that I didn't make enough food.
What else is wrong?
Yeah, and what men don't know about women is that women don't know that you're affected differently by criticism. How women are affected by criticism is we change. We change. The green beans will be different the next time. And we may resent you for it, but they will be different because we have to survive. Whether we're pissed at you or not, we have to survive. So we will change the green beans. I mean, there's no protection. And there's actually been studies that show when a woman is having her cycle, she literally has less protection. Like at a cellular level, she has no protection. So it just goes right in and she crumbles. And men don't know about women that we think you should be affected the same way by criticism. That's why I criticize you, so you'll change.
So you'll change.
So it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
Well,
And I actually was wrong about this. There's a video on YouTube about why criticism never works, but we do it anyway. And I talk about 4 layers of protection that men have against criticism. And I realized there's actually 5.
I just knew you were going to say that.
There's 5. There's 5 layers of protection that you have. And women don't know this about you, even though you keep demonstrating it. Because we're all upset because of what that person said about me. And then you say, honey, consider the source.
Consider the
random comment on YouTube.
Exactly.
You'll never see.
Consider the source. Now, I thought that was your first layer of protection. Consider the source. And then it goes down the line from there, and we can talk about it if you want. But women don't know this about men, and we can learn a lot from it. But the first layer of protection that you have against criticism is single focus. Most of the criticism leveled at you, you didn't even hear. You didn't even perceive.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, and you're like, you're so lucky. Diffuse awareness has us be criticized by the socks. Our environments criticize us, and we crumble. So, asking for what we need without criticism, I think, is a lifelong art form to pursue. Honey, you're wonderful. You're amazing. I mean, seriously, I could go on and on. And do you think maybe you could do one thing a little bit differently for me? What?
That's a good way.
Yeah. Or, here's another thing you guys don't know. You know that the strainer versus the. So I was asked to do an interview in writing, and one of the questions was, "What are your greatest weaknesses?" And I didn't know what to write, so I went to my husband. Honey, I have to answer this, and so I wanted to talk to you about it. So I think this is one of my greatest weaknesses. And then he told me how it wasn't, that was actually a strength and why I could do what I could do. And then I gave him another one, and no, that's really good for this reason. I told him, no. So, I mean, I went through all of them, and he's like, no, that's not a weakness. That's not a weakness. And so I said, so what's my greatest weakness? And he said, sometimes you hang things on doorknobs. Now my reaction was like, why didn't you tell me that?
I've been doing it all these years and I didn't know you felt that way.
And he said, I did once. He thought 3 children later, like that I would remember that once he made a comment about he wished I wouldn't hang things on doorknobs. But I didn't remember it. It's a strainer. Everything goes through.
Yeah.
It was funny. My adaptation to that criticism, though, after that, I only hung things on my doorknobs.
I love it.
After he passed away, there was one day I was being careful, and I realized, wait, they're all my doorknobs now.
Wow. How many years has it been since you passed away?
6.
Wow. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I feel like we need to round this out. I could literally stay here for 3 more hours just listening to you, but we probably need to maybe do a couple more questions, shorter answers.
Okay. I'll try. I'll do my very best. And I didn't take that as a criticism.
We have 3 minutes.
I've accepted it about me.
So you have 3 more minutes? Okay. What do women want men to understand about us?
We're fragile, and we're fierce, and we're strong, and we're really vulnerable. And if you if we have plenty of time and space and connection, we're amazing. And if you give us a deadline or don't connect with us, we would become the worst version of ourselves.
That's such a good answer.
I think that's a good spot to end. Actually,
we're everything.
Yeah.
We're everything.
I love it. Wow. Well, I think I agree with you. I think that's a great way to end it. This is so fascinating, compelling.
Well, the time flew by too. I don't know. 2 hours was quick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I feel that. I don't know how you feel, but for me, I could sit here for another.
You were
3
talking
hours.
a lot more than us.
I know. I'm sure that expended a lot more energy for you.
I mean, I'm a philosopher and I'm also a healer. And I am passionate about healing the wounds that they're not valid. They're based on a misunderstanding and a misinterpretation, and they don't have to happen. And they can be healed and released instantaneously just by seeing, oh, it didn't happen. The thing that hurt me didn't actually happen. That didn't happen. He wasn't ignoring me. He was just single focused. She didn't think everything else was more important than me. She just had a diffuse awareness moment. Oh.
Seriously, like in an instant.
In an instant.
We were listening to your course, and one of the things I found so compelling was the information about relationships. What is a relationship? That it's the instance of relating right now, and that you could just right now be relating instead of holding on to whatever you're doing with your muck and mire like from years ago.
It doesn't exist anywhere except in memory.
That's so cool. It's so freeing.
It is. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
is.
such thing as relationships, and that's good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means nobody sucks at them.
Wow. I'm going to have you on every season. Next time you pick the topic.
Every
you.
season.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to have to.
We could trade.
you'll
You
do
pick, I pick, you
Yeah.
pick. We each pick one thing and bring to it.
You're beautiful, Allison. I love your heart. You're just a gorgeous, radiant person. You just like, it comes out of you in your beauty in your face with the love you have in your heart. And I think everyone can feel that. And that's why all that you share is so impactful.
It's my mission.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks for being on. That
And
was
thank
great.
you, Andrew, for
Sure.
being here.
That was fun.
So fun.
So
We
fun.
learned so much.
He's so
quickly.
fun.
I know.
He
He's-
wants your body.
He's the best. Yes, he does. He loves my body. No, he really is. Every time he comes on to anything, all my audience is like, Andrew, he's here.
Well, I just only do a couple times a year, and
Yeah,
they don't get much of me.
I know. We're lucky to have had him today.
That's something men don't know about women.
What?
You know how you love how we sparkle?
Uh-huh.
That's in response to you. Women don't sparkle when they're alone, just with each other.
Yeah.
And if a woman starts sparkling, we know she's thinking of a man.
Yeah.
You give us the sparkle.
That's great.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that. Makes me feel good.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. That's another thing that you guys don't know.
Cool.
You also don't know that it just takes one of you. Like one of you, and we know you're for us, that to have all of us feel safe. When we had Greg's celebration of life, there was a woman who came, and when she took a turn up front, she said, I never spoke to Greg, but I'm here to represent all the women that he affected by being present in our course. And when he would show up, and I would notice, oh, he's there. Okay, we're safe. Just one man.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be divine.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Amazing.
We feed you life, and you give us our sparkle.
Mm.
Wow.
This could work.
That's the headline. We feed you life and you give us our sparkle.
Yeah.
It's so good. Wow. Thank you again, Allison. If you're enjoying these thought-provoking conversations that challenge what you think you know, please do me a huge favor right now and hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the more amazing guests we can bring on to help reignite your curiosity, expand your perspective, and upgrade your life. Thanks so much.